Ia for days and glistening crystal clear waters. It seems like around every corner, the island of Santorini delivers thousands of Instagrammable moments, sure to make any visitor stop dead in their tracks. Santorini is a volcanic island located in the middle of the Aegean Sea, and unsurprisingly is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Greece. I mean, come on, look at it. So after a week of partying on a yacht, my friend Rachel and I needed a little R&R before we returned to the real world. No better place to forget about your 9 to 5 than right here. Our flight landed pretty early in the morning, so after a quick cab ride from the airport, props to Rachel for doing her makeup in the car, we had one priority: food. So we stopped at the cutest cafe, and it was a toss-up between what was better, this epic Greek yogurt or this view. I'm gonna call it a tie. After a vat of coffee, we finally had enough energy to get our gram on. Now, my best bit of travel advice: get up early and take your pictures. Less people equals bomb photos. And let me tell you, Ia can get pretty crowded once the cruise ships descend. So we spent the afternoon putzing around. There's seriously no shortage of shops on the island. And aside from a fancy dinner on our last night, more on that later, we really didn't have many plans, which is not the norm for me, type A personality and all. But one thing we were committed to: eating all of the cheese and bread we could find. So long, summer bod. Gotta get ready for winter. Then it was time to check into our Airbnb, and wow, talk about a breathtaking view. We dropped off our bags and decided to check out Perivolos Beach. A store owner told us there would be cute boys and good drinks, and really, what more do you need in life? After a few of these spicy cocktails, it was time for a dip in the ocean. Let's just say, I really need to work on my GoPro skills. The beaches on Santorini are known for their deep, sparkling waters and black lava sand. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's paradise. Back at our Airbnb, we made friends, well, not really, with our first Greek cat.
I hope you got it.
I did. Needless to say, he or she wasn't looking for friends. After our fur friend rejection, Rachel and I needed to drown our sorrows with, you guessed it, food. And oh my gosh, this hole-in-the-wall spot hit the spot. Tzatziki dip with warm pita, gyro with fries, wow, 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 wow. We made friends with the chef. Well, at least I think we did. And it was bomb. Now, no meal is complete without sweets, so we headed just a couple blocks down to Lolita's, and yup, I got the Greek Viagra. That's a thing. Also, mad props to the person who came up with this cheeky tip jar. The next morning, we made the migration to Asperas Hotel, where we stayed for the rest of our trip. And I know I said this before, but like seriously, views for days. I honestly don't think there's such a thing as a bad view on Ia, and Asperas is no exception. It's charming, and it sits just above Amudi Bay, which is a cool 300 steps down there. Seems daunting, but it's totally worth it.
It's so hot.
Look at the view. We're staying up there.
Now it's time to get the lunch.
When people picture Santorini, I'm sure donkeys are one of the top things that comes to mind. And you can ride them up and down these steps, but then you'd have to burn all the clothes you're wearing. So we chose to walk. Just gotta be careful where you step.
Gotta walk really carefully around here.
We made some new friends. It's Donkey. After this, I'm making waffles.
Please ignore my lame Shrek reference. After hundreds of stairs and thousands of donkey poops, we finally made it to Seafood Heaven, also known as Sunset Restaurant. And that's where we ordered this, and last but not least, this. May or may not have unbuttoned my pants after this.
Actual claw.
So, you know how you're not supposed to swim after you just ate? Well, we decided to live on the edge and ignore that rule. I'm glad we did because we wouldn't have gotten to swim here. It's just a quick walk past the restaurants and you wind up in this little swimming hole. Great for cliff jumping and views of the caldera. On our journey back up the 300 steps, things got interesting.
What no one tells you about the donkeys in Greece is the smell of poop is overwhelming. Oh my god.
And just when I thought the poop was bad,
oh fuck. Where? Well, where do we go?
yep, we got ran over by donkeys. Please excuse the cursing, but I totally think it was warranted. Sweaty and safely back at our hotel, we definitely deserved a dip in the pool. Then it was time to watch the infamous sunset and celebrate that we didn't die from a donkey stampede.
So it really doesn't get much better than this. Enjoying a glass of wine while watching the sunset with Rachel and some fancy music.
Oh, and you guessed it, it's time to eat again. But seriously, this dinner was my favorite. It was some sort of lamb with lots of sauce. I'm not sure exactly what it was called. Needless to say, I was not jealous of Rachel's toothy fish. And then it was time for the best baklava of the trip. And then, just like that, it was our final day. And no better way to celebrate than doing the thing we love most, eating and drinking. We couldn't leave Santorini without a decadent dinner at Lykobetos restaurant. You quite literally are dining on the edge of a cliff with nothing but blue surrounding you. You know it's a fancy place when the dinner starts out with hand towels that expand once you pour water on them. Everything was perfection, from the view to the wine, even these very unique Greek salads.
What is it?
It's literally Greek salad.
Eating your dessert with a fork is so 2017, which is why we used tongs, which also conveniently doubled as tweezers.
The eyebrow.
Sadly, the days of endless eating and suntanning had to come to an end. But really it was for the best, because if we stayed any longer, I might have needed to be shipped back as cargo.
Now is the best time to take the pictures no one on the streets. Get all of the pictures.
Thanks for traveling with me. Make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. And for more travel tips and destination guides, head on over to alleabroad.com. And if you're feeling generous, you can follow me on my social media accounts too.